The gardens of Stephen Cock's Garden Trust, a charity advancing education in horticulture and conservation, comprises rooms of different plant collections and also life-size statues of Greco-Roman deities such as Hebe, Orion, Artemis, Athene, Eros and Psyche, and Mars, supposedly only the god of war, but much understanding of Mars has been lost, for he was also guardian of agriculture, god of spring, fertility, virility as a life force, and of physical and mental strength. Animals sacred to him included the woodpecker, the wolf, and the bear, creatures inhabiting the wildlands and woodlands. There is a link between Mars and female nurture, for in Ovid's version of his birth, he was conceived by Juno, without the intervention of any man or god. The Romans regarded him as the father of Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, while Venus and Mars were the parents of both Cupid, god of love, and Concordia, goddess of stable, harmonious, and peaceful society. A woodpecker species, Picus martius, was named after him, and in the early Roman calendar, March is the first month, so he gives birth to the new year. The Renaissance philosopher Marsilio Ficino notes that only Venus dominates Mars, and he never dominates her. His connection with the wilderness suggests an association with natural phenomena. Some rituals described by early Roman writers indicate his job was also to prevent the ruination of crops by the wild forces of nature. In his book on farming, the ancient Roman writer Cato invokes Mars Silvanus, a ritual to be carried out in wooded, uncultivated places. In the cult Mars Quirinus, he was protector of civilians and the guarantor of treaties. We can see in these qualities aspects of the Hungarian ethnographer and archaeologist Maria Gimbutas's assessment of pre-Bronze Age Europe as being somewhat less military and more matriarchal. Venus and Mars has been the subject of several painters. In the painting 1485 by the Florentine artist Sandro Botticelli, Mars is beyond the caricature of the militarist deity. In a bucolic scene, Venus sits fully clothed, composed, relaxed, and self-possessed, whilst Mars lies languid and asleep and naked. In fact, he is so deep in sleep that satyrs are playing with his armour and weapons, and one is blowing a conch shell into his ear, but still he does not wake. This is Mars the lover, Mars in the fertile landscape, not an ice-cold turbulent war god, but a sensuous deity, happily under the spell of his lover. Mars is no longer a symbol of war then, of destruction, hubris, dominance, authoritarianism. He has been repurposed, fitted out for a new, higher role, whilst retaining his energy, dynamism, steadfastness, loyalty, and strength. His job originally was to control military power to ensure peace. For our age does need these qualities to overcome climate change, refurnish and heal the planet, restore habitat, reverse the ravages of materialism and the sixth great mass extinction. And we need them to explore the universe, engage in research, progress, invention, and find better ways of doing things. And of course to overcome ourselves for higher purpose and living. The militaristic age of Mars may now be thankfully waning, so we must understand and place into context all aspects of our history and development, for those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. I see Mars as possibly a symbol of the new dynamism which can lead us to powerful solutions of interdependence, synergy and exchange. This is Mars even more powerful, beauteous and dynamic. In our gardens, the statue of Mars interrelates with the other statues, and like those, he helps lead the eye from one part of the garden to the other, enabling visitors and students to experience the varied vistas and compositions. He also invites us to journey through the various rooms of the garden and its collections of plants, and perhaps discover the possibilities the trust and its gardens can offer for ourselves and others for self-renewal.